All right, I am back. It's so weird how it does that glitch of me disappearing and reappearing. Sorry, meeting showed up and I wish I would have just stayed and coded instead of going to that meeting, but I don't always get that choice. So we're back. All right, let's go back to where we were at. If you're just now tuning in, we were working on a Xamarin.Forms pull request. This is now part 2 video, working on it earlier this morning. And at this point, we're trying to, sorry, just realizing not all my stuff set up all the way, just clicking a couple buttons. All right. We are going to, hopefully my audio is fine. Got to recheck all that stuff every time, and I never do. All right. So it looks fine. Looks fine. All right. We were digging into why fonts weren't working. Really tricky thing. So what we were doing here was we were looking through how this font stuff works. Now I'm going to, for now, I'm just going to do one of these fonts. I noticed that we were working on 2 of them. Let's just work on one font at a time. Let's work on Samantha. Samantha is not working right, and we're going to finish fixing it. Part of the thing was I noticed it was loading Samantha properly. The other one, it was not loading anything, so something was weird there. But let's get going. All right. Oh, come on. Run. Run, app, run. Again, I'm sorry for ending my stream, passing everybody off, and then jumping right back on. Oh, I messed with my key light for my last meeting because I looked like a vampire inside of that Teams meeting. And now it messed with my... All right, background is now invisible. That's better. I think. I'm a little pale, but I don't care. We're good. Okay. Run that. What is that? I'm just looking at that tweet I got from, or response to my starting tweet from Gerald, and it's a funny GIF. All right, let's click into this. Let's do embedded font. We're going to dig in, so it loads the font. Now at this point, it finds a new font. Yay, we have a font. We need to do a check on whether it's successful or not. So we're going to have to do something there because that code's not quite right. Because if there's nothing, then it was false. It did not load that font. All right. So we're going to go again. So this one gives us our nice little font PostScript name called Samantha. Now this does all this cleansing. This is going to then, okay. I just want to follow this thing. So this is going to generate, give us out a new font. This gives us, yes, we now have a PostScript font name. Gives us that. Let's press play here. Result, result is null. How? Okay. Something's wrong, guys. Let's step back. Let's try this again. Okay, we found the issue though. Something came null, even though it shouldn't. It loaded the font. Font was there. Font came back. We stashed the font into the cache. And then it did not load it out of the cache properly. That was the problem. Build. It's been so long since I've worked on this stuff. That's the hard part. All right, so then this actually gives us back a native font. Oh, no, not there. We don't care about right here. Actually, it's going to do this twice, and then we'll be fine. So this is when we add that. All right. So now this time when I click on the embedded font, this loads the font, gives us back a new one named Samantha. We press play, tells us the PostScript name. All right, so this is coming out of here. Oh, it's named Samantha, but it's coming back as Samantha1. We're not doing anything to tie them. Where did we load that font? All right. One more time. I know what it is. I think I know. This goes to us not having that alias stuff right. So we've successfully loaded a font with that name. It's not called font that, but we need to then alias it. All right, so no, we do this twice. That's the loading. Twice, done. I bet if we had alias stuff working, which I thought I did a long time ago, we could fix this. All right, so we're gonna get our font. What is calling this? Has font. All right, so we have Samantha font 1. This gets called from cleanse font. So has font loads it. And do we store that in here? If not, we load it, right? Try get out font. Returns. If embedded fonts. That's our Samantha1. We then load it. We return PostScript font name Samantha1, even though according to the iOS font, so the result comes back as 1. All right, so let's go into cleanse name. We're doing something here with this. All right. All right, so that font is wrong. We need to return that. Because we're getting a new font back from the system, and we're not using that. We kind of, on this cleanse font, hold on, find references. This gets called once. To native, right? Do we not cache this stuff? I really thought we cached. We do somewhere. If we return the right font, we cache this thing somewhere. Can't remember where we cache it. Oh, wait. Debug, play. Get the 2 initial ones, our initial fonts. This is right here where we cache it. So at this point, we should cache it for that family name. So now Return this. It's now going to return Samantha, right? We now have a result for Samantha. That 2UI says, hey, look, we had a font. And the key, I remember what the key is. I have no idea. Oh, don't break, because this is going to work. We now have Samantha font working. Woohoo! All right, let's make sure we didn't break the other ones. Uncomment those. Uncomment that. This one's still not going to work because that one does something weird. Yay! Samantha font loads. I am now going to message Samantha just to let her know that. No need to fear. Right. Gotta ping her if I'm gonna do it. No, I'll do it right. Okay. No need to. Why is my text typing not working? Is this debugging? Yeah, that's still building. I can harass Samantha while that's still building. Need to. At Samantha font now works on iOS. All right. So what was causing that was this font thing is named totally different than what we're passing in, right? So this font is named Samantha. We added it to our fonts as Samantha1. We reference it as Samantha1, but it's not Samantha1. It's really Samantha, which is fine. You can do what you want here, but we need to make sure that we return the font that was actually loaded. There. I should have tweeted that to, so that way I'm taunting her in public. I don't think she likes the fact that someone submitted something with the Samantha font. And I don't blame her. All right. Press play. Make sure all of these now work. Mono font works, cute font works, Samantha font works. That one doesn't work because it does not load. And we need to make sure that we properly freak out and say no. All right, so if new fonts, oh no, sorry, if diff.count equals 0, return why didn't this error? That's the real question. I don't know why. There we go. So now we should get this for that weird funky one, which will make it behave differently. But there's something wrong with that font because it's not displaying things right. This is the one that we were looking at before. This one, Font Awesome 5. It's not Font Awesome. I just don't even know what to say. Compared to, well, that one actually, is it just that the iOS stuff, like they don't know how to handle that? Let's go download a new Font Awesome. New window. We need this one. OTFs. That's really interesting. Look, they're all showing up that way. I wonder which one this was. Brands, free, solid. What's the difference on these? Why don't they show appropriately? This is not something I have a lot of. Okay, so here's the regular. All right, so we're going to try the regular. Which should be that one. There's my... There it goes. Volume wasn't working. All right, so we have this one. We just added that one. How do you normally use Font Awesome in Xamarin.Forms? I'm just wondering traditionally what people have done. Oh, see, these ones have an older... That's interesting. So they add them. Throw them in there. Now on here, they just call it on iOS Font Awesome. We're using this one. Okay, so let's rename this. And this is the one. See if we can fix this. Run it again. All right, we can do this. Build, run, do something. Then we've got to figure out why Samantha's not working on Android. And we've got to finish this one still. And this is where we should probably bring the alias stuff in. Because it'd be nice to just say, hey, alias, you're this. And then it works. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, well, well. That's not what I was expecting. Actually, was it breaking there? All right. Diff is 1. They... What is it anyway? That's our PT mono. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Zero-based arrays. What am I thinking?
Ouch! Baseballs!
I hate when I do that stupid stuff. All right, so let's run that again. Oh, why'd that not run? I thought I pressed debug. I should have pressed debug before talking. It's going. So, anyone have any fun plans for at their quarantine? What are you guys doing to occupy your time? How are you guys staying entertained? Quiet room. No one in here wants to talk. I understand. All right, so let's try this again. All right, so those all loaded, not that one. Oh, I wanted a breakpoint right here. Actually, I'm going to change that code up a little bit because I don't like how that reads. All right. Got one. This one is going to be cute font. Next one's Samantha. This one is our one that's failing. So it says it worked. It registered. But then how is there no new fonts? It says 87. How can a font successfully register and not increase the count? Yeah, we'll stick with that. I just like first. It reads cleaner. But how is that possible? Font Awesome's already registered. How do I handle that? What registered the font? Oh. Let's check this out. Is this manually inside of here? Font Awesome's already added. How do I realize what this font is? That's tricky. Okay. Okay, so CT font. I wonder if we can do CT font. Can I get the data descriptor? How do I get that? Aha ha ha. Let's do something like this. Then we don't even have to do this lookup. We'll just register it and then we'll return the descriptor data back. Oh, David Ortnell's being funny. All right, maybe the font. Yes, it's exactly. You're right, Chicken Wing. It is already registered. Sorry. You probably already said that in chat, and I was not paying attention to chat. I'm sorry. You probably would have saved me a lot of time. So let's run this. If this descriptor gives us back the data we need, this will speed this whole thing up because we don't need to list this thing, check for a diff one. We'll just return the data from the descriptor. If the descriptor has what I think it has. We'll find out. Okay. Oh, this is clean. This will be nice. All right. Dang it. How come none of these have any properties on them? Well, it did create the descriptor, so that's good. CT font descriptor. What's that thing? It is a CG font get name. Maybe there's something in here we can do. All right, getting attributes. So this is I just need to figure out how to use this. So I found the key. So there's a key that exists here. Evolve 2011, that was forever ago. We were just looking at some pictures of that not too long ago. David Ortnow brought some up. Wow, that's memories. There was a fun conference. I missed that. It was a lot of fun. All right, so now somehow we're missing something. There's got to be something. Descriptor. Nothing static. I don't know how to get these attributes out. I wonder if we're missing something in Xamarin. Something's not bound in CT font. Get Hey, they're saying there's a thing on there. If so, we can just call the selector. Wait. Are you kidding me? It was right there in front of me. Let's see what comes out of this. If that has what we need. All right, so if this does it, we'll just register. If there's an error, we'll say no, else we'll just return this name. Hopefully that's enough. And then that will fix iOS completely. Except we didn't do the alias stuff yet. That'll be easy to fix though. Okay. Hopefully what you remember from Evolve hanging out with me was good. Never know. All right, that's what I need. Perfect. All right, let's clean this whole thing up. So much cleaner. All right. Done. Now our font should be working. Well, that makes me feel better. All right, the only other thing we could do is do something with the aliases. I did not write the original signature capture. That was Tim Reese. He also lives in Alaska, though. But no longer with us. But yes, he lives in Alaska as well. So, yeah. Okay, so now that we've done that. Alias equals. Where did that font come from? We had. What's that font attribute? So, okay, I'm in the wrong place. Font registrar. Oh, attribute. Okay, so where do I get that attribute? Found font. Okay. Attribute.alias. There we go. And so now we've registered that. So now when we're looking this thing up, we can say embedded fonts. Actually, what if we don't do that? What if we are more clever than that? What if we also, if font attribute dot I think this will just make it all just work. Embedded fonts. That should do it. Now aliases should just work. I like it. I think it'll work. We'll have to test it still. Does it do this before or after cleanse? All right, so has font. We got this. Oh, and I wanted the breakpoints on that while I got distracted on the iOS stuff because I want to make sure that this is still going to work. Because now we should get font awesome stuff working. Sorry, just catching up on Twitter while the build goes. People keep messaging me. All right. All right, so that's done. Embedded fonts. This should now trigger multiple times. First one's PT Mono. Next one is the cute font. Next one is Samantha. Next one is now Font Awesome. Curse the Font Awesome didn't work though. Why not? Is that glyph appropriate for it, whatever they're passing in? For kicks, let's see if we launch the... Actually, we're gonna have to just debug into this. All right. I was gonna try doing... One sec. So let's go in the embedded fonts. Name. This is coming out from has font. All this has font, font name. Okay, that's getting called. That gets called on cleanse font. Ew. Is that really how we used it? This might not work with the alias stuff. We might have to do something different for that. May have been. Okay, so this is coming to here. Right here, this is where it goes. So cleanse name. Did not mean to press go on that. Is this one our font awesome anyway? All right, so result. Cleanse name is that. UI font from that name is not working. Why? Why though? That's what's confusing about this. We loaded the font. We know it worked. We returned the right name. What was that old code to look that up? So let's do UI kit, UI font.font families. So where we're at right here, I should be able to check UI font. Wait, what was I doing before? I was doing UI font.family names. Font awesome. Oh, we have regular in the name. I didn't get the right name. All right, back to the drawing board. Let's move this one to the top so it'll be the first one that gets called. Just make our debugging faster. See what other properties we have on this thing. Go, go, go. All right. Immediate window. Let's play in here. Let's say cg font dot. What options do we have? Postscript name? Is that the one we need? Why is that saying? Let's try that. I think it was linked out. That's why it wasn't running, but let's try this. On some of them, the full name is the same as the postscript, but on these ones, it's not, because there's the regular and there's the solid. And then I might be, if this works, I might take one quick look at Android, but I might end. I've got other things to do. But we're going to get this thing in. If not, if I don't finish it today, I'm going to work on it tomorrow. And we are going to get this thing done. So all this does is copy it to the temp with that font name. Doesn't actually load the font. Okay. That worked! Using the PostScript name. Check it out, guys. Yay! That's so exciting. All right, let's commit some stuff. Not going to commit that yet. Not committing that yet because I'm not sure if that even works or if I'm even close. But this, that gets committed. And that gets committed. Those are the two things that fixes it. Couple lines of code. iOS fonts now load. All right, so let's commit that. Super exciting. We're going to push that forward. And let's just take one more peek into Android. I can't help it. It's bothering me this isn't working. All right, so that's iOS. Close that one. Find references. No, not that one. So inside of Android, no, oh well, that's okay. So I know it copies over. I'm just put a breakpoint here. If this is an easy fix, we'll fix it. If not, I'll dig in more later. I'm starting to remember how this all works, so it's kind of sad to end. At least iOS works now. Android shouldn't be too bad. Now that I'm understanding the issues that were involved. Fonts are just complicated, guys. They just are. The Android stuff I thought would just work because the Android uses a file name. It loads it directly from the file. It doesn't do any of the stuff that iOS does like that. Because iOS has to load it in, say, hey, does this exist? Go build Android. All right, so there is an extension for fonts. I don't remember. Just get there. Breakpoints are amazing. Make it easy. Hey, font asset not found. Oh, yeah, that's expected. All right, so let's look at the call stack. Okay, so then it does all this. Oh wait, we're on this part where it goes and says has the font, loads it. Perfect. Yeah, so now it's just going to load it from the file and then return the typeface. Why is result debugger's not working? Android's working fine. Android's great. Android was so much easier. All right, we're good. Right? Everyone agrees? Pull request is done. Android just worked. We don't have alias stuff. Ship it, exactly. I want to do the alias stuff. So I'm going to do alias stuff before I tell Samantha to merge this pull request, but iOS and Android now work. iOS was the hard one. It was the tricky one. So I don't know why that sample I was sent inside does not using my pull request. Sorry, let me go click on that one more time before we get going. Where was that? Yes, in this pull request, that sample I downloaded that had Samantha was using a NuGet version. It was not using this one. So he has the same problem as this one. What's that comment? But I think we're working now. I think we need to do the alias stuff though, because then you'll be able to just say, because figuring out inside of here this nonsense, you want to be able to see, you'll say, hey, font awesome. And then here you'll do, like right here, you'll just say this nonsense and just do an alias. So now you can just use font awesome everywhere rather than trying to figure that nonsense out. Sorry, you'll do that. Or this alias foo. So then you can just use foo everywhere. So much easier. All right, so I'm gonna end. Thanks guys for hanging out. Sorry that I had to split the stream up into two. Didn't know I had a meeting. No one invited me, even though I was supposed to go, so it's fun. But hey, we got it fixed. It works. So exciting. Thanks guys. I'll probably be back tomorrow and try and get the alias stuff done. And once the alias stuff is done, I'll get Samantha to merge this puppy, and you guys can have this awesome stuff in the next release for Xamarin.Forms. Exciting. All right, thanks guys. Thanks again for hanging out. Talk to you guys later.